So landmines unfound in third world countries are a really big issue, and what we've designed is a rover that can go through, find any of these landmines and send a signal back to the user to let them know where it is. Basically, it's just tank steering, where they'll go back and forth to turn, and there's not much else to it.
Yeah, so our final product would have all of this inside and this little back closed up. But basically what we have going on here is we have two IR sensors in the front to detect objects, and the robot will turn according to that, and then it will go until these metal detectors go off, which will be picked up by this photoresistor, as both of them have LED lights on them. And that will tell the rover when it has detected metal, which then it will send the signal. But other than that, it's pretty simple, pretty basic. Okay. As you can see, this is the rover, and the electronics weren't working exactly like we would hope to, but in actuality, it would move on its own, avoiding objects until it gets to something metal, like a phone. And once you hear that beep, there's a light going off on the inside that would tell the rover that it's found something metal, and then it would prompt someone to go find the mine and dispose of it. This is our code for the rover. So we start off with this little segment of code which turns the motors on, immediately followed by a section that turns the brake off to make sure that we can still move the motors. Then we move into a while loop that runs while there's no input from the light sensor. So basically, while the metal detectors are off, keep moving. Then it goes into an if statement to determine if the left IR sensor turns off or turns on, which means turn right, aka spin the left wheel forward and the right wheel in reverse with a 0.1 second pause. And then the next segment, this second if statement, does the same thing, but for the right IR sensor. And then finally we end with turning both the motors off.